Welcome back to the news at 10. African women have been asked to see themselves as critical stakeholders in the development of the continent. This charge was given by Liberian Nobel Peace Laureate Leima Bowie at a lecture and presentation of 2 books by the wife of the Ekiti State Governor, Mrs. Bisi Fayemi, as part of her 50th birthday celebration in the state capital, Ado Ekiti.
Across generations.
It was a day of honor for the Ekiti State First Lady, Mrs. Bisi Fayemi.
This land is ours.
The Adetiloye Hall in Ado Ekiti, the state capital, was filled to capacity with friends, women leaders, Ekiti sons and daughters within and outside the country in attendance.
Thank you.
They are all here as part of the event lined up to celebrate her 50th birthday. A public lecture and presentation of her 2 books titled Speaking Above a Whisper, an autobiography, and Speaking for Myself, Perspectives on Social, Political and Feminist Activism. In both books, she describes what women face, her culture, and what role women should play when it comes to human rights in Africa. At the event, the state governor, Dr. Kayode Fayemi, did not mince words in showing that he's proud of her achievements.
The way I am introduced everywhere I go is, you don't know him? That's Bisi's husband. Bisi has always spoken above a whisper ever since.
Also at the presentation of the books was Miss Leima Bowie, Nobel Peace Laureate. She showered accolades on Mrs. Fayemi as an African icon.
You've defied the expectations, even in Nigeria, of what a first lady should be. You've defied that expectation. You've used your position for good. You've expanded the expectations of many, and you've taught us how to do what we need to do.
The book was presented by the First Lady of Lagos State, Mrs. Abimbola Fashola.
Everyone who reads it will be inspired. And if you're yet to find your calling in life, this will be a turning point for you.
And now, time for the writer to speak about what inspired her to write the books.
This land is ours. And we reclaim what is ours with our voices, with our blood, and with our souls. This land is ours.
With the likes of Mrs. Bisi Fayemi in the lead, African women appear set to play their part as critical stakeholders in their nation's affairs.
Member of the board of Ekiti Development Foundation.
Was still in a celebratory mood in recognition of his contribution to the advertising profession in Nigeria. The Sun newspapers has honored the chairman of Troika Holdings, Mr. Abiodun Shobanjo, with the Advertising Man of All Time, the highest award so far. The event, which took place at the Echo Convention Center in Lagos, was also an opportunity to host marketing communication practitioners to an evening of fun to mark 40 years of indigenous advertising in Nigeria.
This one, I think, is a special one. Man, advertising man of all times. You deserve this, really. So, congratulations.
Today is a very special day in my life. It is not often that one is appreciated for one's professional contributions by a media house at the level of the Sun Publishing Company is doing this evening. It is also not usually the case that all sectorial groups in a particular industry turn out en masse to celebrate with the awardee, as is the case this evening. I therefore cannot thank the board and management of the Sun newspapers, as well as colleagues and partners in marketing communications, and representatives of media owners sufficiently enough for the honor bestowed on me. When I take a look at the rearview mirror of the past 42 years, all I see are exciting times and incredible people. people I have been privileged to learn from, some that I've had the opportunity to rub minds with and share knowledge and skills with. Some of these people are still with me, while others have become their own bosses and successful entrepreneurs. A lot of you in this category are here tonight. Among those who have made the most difference in my life are scores of people and organizations who believed in the cause that my colleagues and I championed, the cause of changing the face of advertising in Nigeria. For this, credits must be given to our clients as well as the various media owners and service organizations who showed absolute trust and belief in our venture, even in those very early days.
Well, more Cherry news now, and Channels Television's online community continued its immense growth in the third quarter of the year, gaining almost 250,000 new members and retaining 76.7% of its old members. Viewers spent 32.9 million minutes watching uploaded content from Nigeria and around the world. Our online correspondent, Victor Matthias, has more in this report.
The arrest of a notorious armed robber by the Lagos State Police Command and the jubilation that greeted it closes the top 10 list with 30,399 views. Next at number 9 is the stern warning by the Rivers State House of Assembly Speaker Otele Maba Amakri to members allegedly loyal to another member, Evans BP, who is opposed to the Speaker that they can't impeach him. This video makes the list with 36,843 views. Up next at number 8 is the video of a trigger-happy cop threatening to gun down a civilian with 39,560 views. At number 7 is the melee in the House of Representatives that occurred during the visit of the factional national chairman of the PDP, Abubakar Kaubaraje, and his supporters. The video was viewed 61,782 times. Coming in at number 6 with 70,987 views is Kukiri Master's revelation that he will die for one of the ladies in his song and dust off the other. Into the top 5 now, an attempt by Evans BP to break into a session in the Rivers State House of Assembly comes in at number 5 with 83,173 views. Sadly, at number 4, with 108,103 views, is the video of the Associated Airline plane that crashed while conveying the corpse of former governor of Ondo State, Olusegun Agagu. 15 people were killed as a result. The rot in the country's educational system was evidently displayed in this video. A teacher in Edo State failed to read an affidavit she swore to declare her age. The video surely tells parents not to always blame their wards over low educational performance. This is a result of 5 trying to outnumber 26. Members of the Rivers House of Assembly unleashed terror on perceived opponents of Governor Rotimi Amechi for trying to impeach the Speaker, who is alleged to be loyal to the embattled governor.
That has snowballed and transmogrified.
Sesquipedalianist Chief of Staff to the Edo State Governor's analysis of the crisis in the Rivers State House of Assembly tops the chart with 225,840 views. Obahiagbon in this interview serenades the co-guests, presenters, and viewers with his highfalutin English words, words that even the YouTube translator could not comprehend. Don't deprive yourself of your rights to know. Join the social media addresses on your screen and be in the know. Victor Matthias, Channels Television News.
Well, to other stories now. Call it a fad or a part of fashion. Skin lightening or bleaching has been a practice now for many decades, especially in Africa. But medical experts say The damaging after effects of using chemical agents to lighten the skin should make those involved in the practice have a rethink. On our Focus on Health tonight, our correspondent Yomi Otaigbe takes a look at why some women, and indeed men, try to change their skin color and the dangerous outcome of skin bleaching.
Black is beautiful is a popular saying. But if the World Health Organization's estimates that 77% of women in Nigeria use skin lightening products is anything to go by, then a lot of women in Nigeria may be thinking otherwise of this saying. The skin, which is the largest organ system that protects the body from various kinds of damage, has multiple layers. But what happens when chemical substances are used to bleach the skin?
The pigment actually is called melanin, and it protects us from the adverse effects of ultraviolet rays. If you remove the pigment, and the pigment is removed with some chemicals, which are in toiletries and cosmetics, like hydroquinone, like mercury, these are toxic, chemicals. Mercury, for instance, is toxic on the kidneys, and it is absorbed through the skin, particularly in hot, humid environment. And we've had cases of kidney diseases from those bleaching creams. If you look at their skin, if you feel it when they've bleached for a long time, some of them will be bloated. They have a full round face, round bloated neck. Now, that is a serious thing. We call that Cushing's syndrome, because they've absorbed a lot of steroid. And the Cushing's syndrome, two serious conditions, diabetes and hypertension. Then on the skin itself, and you find striae, the stretch marks, all due to the steroids. Then, you also have offensive body odor from it.
Despite the negative health effects of skin lightening products, some people still go ahead and use them. Why?
When I observe it, I also make investigation. I ask a lot of women, why do you have to change your skin? Have you ever seen a white man trying to paint himself black? They said no, but they want to look beautiful. They want to maybe some people say they want to do what others are doing. Some people do it because others are doing it, while some people do it because of men.
I would rather say that the reason why in Nigeria women use cream is that, one, that the cream is so good for the body that will make your body to nourish and look beautiful, look younger and fresh.
I say they do that because they feel fairer people are more attractive, and many people get closer to fairer people than blacks, and they are finer.
21-year-old Miriam is bleaching her skin. She doesn't want to be on camera, but told me that she uses skin lightening products to look good. But a closer look at her skin reveals otherwise. Some people argue that skin toning is totally different from bleaching or lightening.
Whether the toning or the bleach is still the same thing. They tend to give it an elegant name just to camouflage what they want to do. Of course, they are all bleaching creams. Other things that bleaching would cause is that you'll find that they have this skin that looks like that of a pig, feels like that of a pig. It's lost its elasticity, and there are severe implications of that. If you stitch, if they have a cut, it doesn't heal as readily as a normal skin would heal because the skin has lost its elasticity. But more, a dangerous side effect is that when they have operations, either minor or major operations like cesarean section or operations for fibroid, when they have to cut open the abdomen, they don't heal. Don't get me wrong, it's not only women who bleach. You find men, bleaching. So all these complications also we find in men who bleach.
With a long list of internal and external harmful health effects of skin lightening products on its users, backing out or having a second thought if you are considering the practice may be the best option. Yomi Otaigbe reporting for Channels Television News.
report there. But we're crossing over now to our business studios, and Mark Ogun standing by with today's business news.
Well, thank you, Harriet. The National Population Commission has confirmed that the rate of unemployment in Nigeria rose from 21.1% in 2010 to 23.9% in 2011. The NPC, in its latest report made available on its website, validated figures from the National Bureau of Statistics, saying Nigeria's population grew by 3.2% in 2011, from 159.3 million people in 2010 to 164.4 million in 2011. However, in 2011, Nigeria's unemployment figures rose to 23.9%. It rose by 2.8%. The NPC added that it's clear that the nation's economic growth had not translated into job creation, noting that the lack of sufficient jobs resulted in an additional 2.1 million people unemployed in 2011. The report also says the Federal Ministry of Labour and Productivity resolved 279 of the 328 labour complaints received in 2011. The Commission concluded that the number of jobs created in 2011 was reported as 209,239. Now, the Naira cracked a two-day losing streak against the US dollar on Friday, with boost from banks selling a hard currency from offshore clients. Compared to the previous close of 160 Naira 50 kobo, the Naira closed at 160 Naira 20 kobo to the greenback. Dealers say offshore investors sold dollars to lenders to buy Naira assets, while banks in return had to sell their hard currency on the interbank market to stay within a regulatory limit. The dealers stated further that the Naira may remain at the current 160 Naira levels next week, as a 55 billion Naira debt auction is expected to draw foreign participation and boost dollar supply. And going to the local bourse, key indicators that the Nigerian equities market finished northwards during the week. The all-share index recorded gains by 0.18% to close at 36,991.62 points. In similar trend, the market capitalization finished at 11.78 trillion naira. The main decliners for the week include Berger Paints, Transcorp and Portland Paints, which dropped by 8.93%. Gains were, however, recorded against International Energy Insurance, Forta Oil, which gained a total of 21.89%, and of course, Wema Bank PLC. In the sectoral indices, the NSE Banking, NSE Insurance, and the NSE Oil and Gas, among other stocks, still finished the week in positive territory. At the end of the week, a total of 1.48 billion shares were traded, valued at 15.16 billion naira, and all of these transactions were conducted in 15,935 deals. And that will be all on Business News tonight. It's back to you, Harriet.
Thank you, Mark. Next on the news at 10, the die is cast as Nigeria's Super Eagles square up against Ethiopia's Walia Antelopes in the qualifier for the 2014 FIFA World Cup. That's on Sports News. Please join us again.